Hi everybody. Well, today here we are in Yorkshire again, fishing at Maran Lakes, which is a series of lovely small lakes here just outside of Wetherby. So I'm actually here with Andy Kitchener of the Essential Fly and Clark Coleman, and I'm just going to introduce these guys, and they can tell you a little bit more about what they're hoping to achieve today. As you can see, the lakes are busy and keen, and these guys want to get fishing, and I want to show you their fishing quite soon. So
come on, Anne, don't keep us from the fish.
Here's Andy, here's Clark. So Clark, you do a lot of work, don't you, taking people out fishing, and I know you're on the Semperfli Pro team. What else is it that you do?
Well, I'm very fortunate now to be able to fly fish for a living.
Wow.
Largely through working for Orvis as the fishing specialist stroke fishing manager at the Harrogate store, which is the largest, I think, of all our 18 UK stores.
Yeah.
I'm also a member of the Fly Fishers International Guides Association, just coming up to sit in my AAP Guy provisional single-handed fly casting instructor's exam. I've been working for Total Fly Fishing magazine as a regular feature writer since about 2010, and of course been involved with you lovely people. So if you put it all together, it's not a bad little life.
I was going to say that's good. That sounds great. So I hear that today you guys are going to be featuring a particular range of flies, and you've got a little some ideas of what you'd like to get out of your fishing this morning. So what's your plans?
It's all about this little fella, really, Andy, isn't it? Do you want to say a little bit about him?
This is the Mohican, which is a really simple, neat pattern. Developed it a couple of years ago, tested it a lot before it came to market, and it is a deadly all-round fly, and indeed so deadly. Today I'm going lightweight. All I have is Mohicans in different colours and styles. In my pocket I have my leader, I have my tools, and that's it.
Is this like Challenge Andy?
This is like Challenge Andy, without the... No, I won't. No. This is Challenge Andy.
Okay, we'll see you running around the lake later on then, shall we?
If you see me in a leotard, I would not ask for that. But this is real lightweight fishing. Too often we go fishing, literally, you know, there's so much tackle. You look at some of the guiding that Clark does up on the tarns, you can't carry lots of kit. So sometimes you really got to think and focus. So this fly was designed, and it was designed to be highly mobile. It was designed to be a streamer, mini streamer, because a lot of the fly patterns were too big as streamers. And this is really mobile, and it can be fished in so many ways. As you see it here, this can be fished dry. The design is, if you look right in close, it uses Semperfli Straggle String as a hotspot thorax, so that's the attractor. It actually uses a rib here, very much like a buzzer, and it uses some micro-zonkered Pine Squirrel, which is absolutely superb material. It really is mobile, and this fly can be fished in so many ways.
Andy, one of the things that really struck me about it when I first saw this one was your decision to tie it on a curved grub hook with a particularly long point.
Yeah.
I can see the rationale behind that.
Yeah.
I guess this doesn't foul the
Absolutely.
hook. Not a great deal anyway, and with it being barbless, the long point I guess helps to drive it home and hold it there once the fish is on, yeah?
If we just look at it in the wind, that's how it sits in the water, Clark. It is absolutely beautiful. The hook, if this is dry, sits subsurface. The material is completely mobile. Now, if we want to go and there's lots of fry about, we simply zinc this, put it down under the water, and it's still mobile. And that's the beauty. It's a whole design using a grub hook is to give mobility to the materials, and we're taking a punt today. One set of flies for me. That's all we're going to use, and that's what the article's about today with Total Fly Fishing.
So you're going to actually be writing up what you're doing today, Clark?
Yeah, this is a feature about the history of the fly and the man behind it, who I never had the privilege of meeting, but I know you two guys did, so it's sort of kind of a tribute to
Mick Marsden.
to Mick.
Yeah, a wonderful angler, sadly no longer with us.
Yes, of course. And a regular at Wroxham, very
That's
popular.
right.
Big fish water
Yeah.
down the Worksop, Mansfield,
Yeah. That's
right.
that neck of the woods. And it's also about, I guess, comparing this design, this style of fly, to some of the designs that listeners, viewers, readers might be more familiar with. Your standard minky, zonker style patterns that tend to be tied on straight shank hooks rather than curved grub style hooks. And with the strip, whether it's rabbit fur, whether it's pine squirrel, it's normally fixed at the head and towards the bottom of the shank. With this one being fixed up towards the head, and with it having the thorax, the straggle string thorax, it gives the strip more mobility. I like to fish these things really, really slowly. When everybody thinks lures, everybody thinks minkies, zonkers, often the tendency is to cast them out and retrieve them very quickly with long, fast pulls. I mean, that doesn't give these materials much of a chance to activate and pulsate underwater. Now, at the end of the day, if that's what the fish want, then by all means fish it like that. But I tend to find with these, the more of a chance of that doing this underwater.
Like a pulsing almost,
Yeah.
isn't it? Yeah.
So it's a case of mix and match. Sometimes they want it fast, sometimes they want it slow, but the action of this thing when it's retrieved with a fairly slow figure of 8 with the odd jerk sort of interspersed halfway, it's just an absolute killer. And I like the way that the straggle string thorax that Andy pointed out earlier on,
material, isn't it?
that's the Semperfli stuff, yeah. It sort of kicks the strip up a little bit too, so it just adds mobility. And it's another way of preventing it from fouling around the gape of the grub hook, which is fairly wide.
Yeah.
But in all honesty, very, very seldom do I experience any sort of wrapping and fouling. And I really like the idea of the point on this hook being extra long,
Yeah.
because it's barbless. So when you drive the hook home, that long point really does help to hold the hook in.
Fantastic.
So it's super.
So it sounds like you're in for a good day, and I can keep hearing those fish jumping out there.
We can as well. So.
I think they're keen to get fishing, guys. So I'm going to continue filming this live video, and I'm going to just step back and let Clark and Andy get fishing. And good luck, guys, and tight lines.
Thank you very much. Tight lines, Andy.
Have a good.
I'll race you to the first fish.
Hey.
There's enough about today.
Okay, they're just getting set up. While they're setting up, I'll just give you another view of the lake. You can pan round here. So I've got Andy in front of me, and Clark's just a bit further along. As I'm walking around, trying very hard not to fall over. That would not look good.
There's a lot of surface action, so I'm going to keep it right on the surface between you.
Okay. So, okay, we're off. So who's going to get the first fish? Andy or Clark? Yeah, a small local hazard. Just unravel your line from the tree trunk.
I'm actually just giving Clark a bit start.
That's what it is, Andy, yeah. So, who's your money on, guys? Who's going to get the first fish, I wonder? Feel free to tap in any questions or any comments. Oh, if you could see those fish out there jumping. I'm just going to try and show you that. Sorry if you're caught up in the office today and you can't get fishing.
Here we go, Andy.
Oh, Clark's on. Fish on already. Well done, Clark. That didn't take you long, Clark.
Oh, it's all down to the fly, and I think.
Nothing to do with the fishing skill.
You've literally just got to watch the tip of the fly line. Just make sure the fly lines and the leader and the fly line land as straight as possible. Take up any slack, and then just watch the tip of the fly line, and if the fly's dropping down.
What sort of size fish are in here, Clark?
They can run up to double figures. The majority are around, say, 2.5 up to about 7 pounds.
Yeah.
So the quality of them is absolutely superb. And even though we're in August, which is sort of traditionally one of the tougher months for fly fishing, the dog days of August as they call them,
Yeah.
the air temperature and the water temperature isn't too bad, so the fish aren't distressed. Martin Rhodes, the fishery manager, the owner here, he does have aerators on these lakes, so
We had a lot of rain yesterday as well, didn't we?
yeah, so that put a bit of oxygen and it lowered the temperature of the water a bit.
He's giving you a run for your money, eh?
They always fight well here. I think Martin feeds them on spinach.
Popeyes.
They're like Popeye.
Yeah.
This one's a pretty standard size here, I think, which is around the 2.5 pound mark. It might go 3, I've not really had a good look at it yet, but it cartwheeled out of the water when I hooked it, and the good thing about these little fisheries, these well-managed fisheries, and this is certainly a well-managed one, is there's always a decent ratio of freshly stocked fish to sort of older, wiser resident fish.
Yeah.
So there's something for everybody, and
Good place for people that are starting out to come here.
Absolutely. As I say, it suits every level of ability somewhere like this, and the good thing is, because there's a nice variety of sizes, unless you see the fish when you hook it, come with a second dry fly, for example, which obviously we're not using today, you don't know how big it's going to be.
Yeah.
So there's always that nice element of surprise. I like the way that the lakes are all set out between the trees, and there's like little nooks and crannies all over the place. There's something interesting around every corner. This guy wants to fight alongside the weeds. It's always worth trying to get the fish in the net as quickly as possible, of course, particularly if it was a really hot day and the water levels are a bit low, the oxygen levels are a bit low, the fish can be a bit distressed and it can take them a bit longer to recover, but
Here he comes. Hey, well done, Clark.
so that's him. We're going to put this one back, so obviously we're handling multiple hands, which is quite nice. Just let him settle down for a minute or two.
Oh, that's a beauty.
Bonny fish.
Absolute beauty there, Clark. There you go, that's absolutely lovely.
Should we give him his freedom?
I think we should. Yeah. Nice fish, well done.
Thank you. Yeah, the water temperature isn't too high, it's maybe about 12 or 13 degrees. There you go, don't take long to recover.
Fantastic.
There we go, score one to the Mohican.
Absolutely. Oh well. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you very much. Sure we will.
So Andy,
I'm behind.
Clark's one up. So just remind me, what are you fishing with? Yeah. Which particular one? Because there's different colours, aren't there?
I'm just on the grizzle at the moment.
Okay, because the Mohican range comes with different colour options, doesn't it?
Yeah, it has different bodies. So you've got a silver body, very much as a fish imitation. You've got an all black, and the key is it has the hot spots so that it acts as an attractant to the trout.
But Mick was a good buddy of yours, wasn't he?
Mick was a good buddy, fantastic angler. He was known as Bathtub because he would pull fish out of a bathtub. He had lots and lots of health problems, but it never stopped him angling. Really sad when they arrived, and he was literally having a heart attack at the bank.
But he
a week
didn't want to give
later,
up.
he went to hospital. A week later, I was fishing with him again, and he was on the news talking about Calderdale Hospital, where a portion of the proceeds from sales of these flies go to.
In his honour.
In his honour.
And that's why they're called Marsden's Mohicans after Mick.
Yeah, he lovely guy. I've seen a lot of anglers. His dedication and just pure pleasure from fishing was unbelievable.
So I think that's really important to reiterate, that if people do choose to buy the Mohican flies, that a portion of the money, of the profits of these flies, actually go to Calderdale Hospital, that looked after Mick very, very well.
Yeah, well, it's the least we can do for a good friend. It's help the people that helped him so much.
But this lake is really
it's
active.
Absolutely buzzing. I'm going to swap because you can see a fly.
Did you lose it? Oh, no.
On and off.
Oh. You're cooking on gas today, Clark.
Sorry, Andy, to interrupt your dulcet tones there. Well, that one came on a different retrieve. That one didn't bring any interest on the hang or on the drop, so it was coming back on a fairly constant figure of 8 retrieve, but quite jerky.
Okay, what kind of retrieve were you doing earlier then?
It was literally just cast out, obviously trying to get everything to land in a straight line, recover any slack at the end of the cast, and just allow the fly to drop, basically. Just allow it to drop through the water column, and the fish were taking it on the drop.
How do you find these reeds here? Are they a problem?
You can occasionally get snagged in them, but it's like anything else. The ones behind you, it doesn't forgive a drop back cast. So it's really important, certainly when you're teaching on somewhere like this, if you've got somebody to watch their back cast.
Yeah.
You know, there's absolutely nothing wrong with watching your back cast, because particularly if you're a newcomer and you're not sure when the line's in the right position to make the forward stroke. The other good thing about watching your back cast is, of course, you can observe the tip path of your rod.
Yeah.
We call it a back cast. I often get beginners to think of it as an upcast.
Yeah.
Okay, so don't just stop the rod while it's travelling backwards, stop it while it's travelling upwards as well. So it makes sure that the line unrolls behind you, but also above you.
Yeah.
So while the line's unrolling to the point where it's almost straight, yeah, if you've sent the line above the rod tip as well, yeah, it's not going to have sagged, it's not going to have dropped below the rod tip by the time you make your forward stroke. So if your line's below the rod tip, all the way down here, if there's the rod tip and there's the line, even if your forward cast is perfect, even if your forward stroke is fine, some of it's going to be taken up in just lifting the line up again. So A, you're moving against a bit of slack, and B, you're more likely to throw a wide loop on the forward stroke.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very good advice.
And if you drop your back cast, of course, you end up in the reeds here, you end up in the trees. So think of it as a back and up cast, not just as a back cast.
Great advice. But they also provide a bit of cover for you as well, don't they? If you've got spooky fish, these reeds, don't they?
They provide cover. See, we've just got a little bit of a snag there. They provide cover. Insects can hide in them. Small fish can hide in them. Yeah, they can provide really good cover for fish fry. There's not too many of those around at the moment, by the looks of things. But you don't want the place to be too manicured.
No.
You know, we don't want it.
You want it to be more natural, don't you?
Artificial. So.
Yeah.
No, I think Martin gets a good balance here.
Martin's the guy that owns these lakes.
Right. Yeah, roads. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
At Maran Lakes near Wetherby.
That's right.
All right. Well, I'm going to step back and
Thank you very much.
Catch another one.
Extricated from the reeds. Almost.
Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Catch that one that just got away.
Oh, he'll come back, I'm sure.
The nice thing about these lakes is it's so easy to get to, actually. You can get to it just off the A1. Wetherby's a nice market town. If you don't live locally, there's loads of places to stay, eat and be entertained after you're fishing. Actually, yes, if your wife or husband does not fish and they would like to do other things, there's lots doing it in this area. Not far from Harrogate either, so...
we're midway between Wetherby and York.
Yeah. Oh, those fish are calling to you, Andy.
They're calling.
Come on, you've got some catching up to do. No pressure now.
No pressure.
No pressure at all.
I'd rate it.
You're right, not on. It's like the water's boiling out there. It's
Probably more than I've ever seen it.
yeah. Clark did say this lake is pretty active these days. Okay, well I think what I'll do, as sure as I end this video, you'll catch one, won't you, Andy? It'll be the lucky touch.
It usually is.
So what I'll do is, shall I report back in later?
Yeah.
And see how you're doing. So I shall be updating on Facebook, guys, throughout the day. If anybody would like to know more, you can always ping us a message. We're on call, as it were, and don't worry, while we're here, the team back at the office sorting out all orders as normal. Don't you worry. Behind every grape, Andy, there's a wonderful team back in the office looking after things. So we'll catch you later, guys. Let's hope the weather stays like this and that we can catch a few more, and I shall report in with the tally as the day goes on. Okay, bye for now, everybody.